Stop trying to explain yourself to everyone before it's too late. Before what's too late, you will ask or may ask, well, you don't want what happened to me happen to you. You don't want to be stopped by people's reactions to what you're going to do. Unless you do. Do you want that? Do you want to start all over? Do you want to think of another goal to tell everybody? Because I sure don't. I know you're excited and you're ready to go and tell everybody your plans, your goals, your dreams, and you are like a plane ready to take off, ready to fly and start that idea and get everyone to notice it. But once you're out there and you're up in the air and you see how people are going to react to what you're gonna do, the plane kind of stops midair. You don't get to where you want to go. All of a sudden, the plane crashes down, your idea disappears, your goal disappears, and you feel like you failed. All because you wanted to explain yourself to everyone. And if you didn't, you would have gone through it, you would have done it, and you would have succeeded. It is pretty fun telling everyone your ideas because you want to see their reaction. Are they going to be like, oh my god, that's so amazing? Or oh my god, I can't believe you're going to do this. Isn't it scary? But sometimes you get the opposite and you get this fear. People always want to say, whoa, are you sure you want to pursue that goal? Are you sure you want to pursue that idea? You want to go to that school? And it always starts when you're in high school. When you're about to graduate and you gotta take the SATs or ACTs, whatever, and they ask you, are you gonna go to a CSU or are you gonna go to a UC? Which is better? A UC is more noticed amongst everybody. A CSU is like whatever, you could get into that school. And that's what a lot of people say. At the end, I didn't get into the CSUs because I didn't do that well in math. Then I thought, okay, community college. Then people would be like, okay, that's cool. Once I did that and I knew what I wanted to do, obviously just go to college because I didn't know what I wanted to major. For some reason, everyone just wants to know what your major is, which is great if the people that you're telling are in the same school as you. But if they're strangers, it's like, what? Why do you care what my major is? And once I knew my major and I felt good and I could tell everybody, hey, my major is psychology, my major is sociology, communication, they'd be like, and what are you gonna do with that? Oh, damn, I don't know. And if I did know what I was gonna do with that, it's like, oh, is that gonna pay good? Are you sure you're gonna do that job? Or what else are you gonna do? There's always something else that people want to know after you know what you're going to do. Some people think that they know what they're going to do when they have a job and they're earning income because it's safe to know, okay, I have this job, this is the amount of money that I'm going to get. But do they really know what's coming up next? Why do people always want to know what's coming up next? That's my question. Because it's safe? Is that the answer? And if you keep explaining yourself, you always get into this place of doubt. Do I really want to do this? Is this for me? Because they said that, I wouldn't succeed, or they said I needed a backup plan. There's always someone telling you you need a backup plan when you're trying to do something that you really love. You have to have a backup plan because you know what? You don't know if this is going to be here forever. You don't know if you're going to get paid. When you tell someone what you're doing and you tell them, "Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to open my own business." And they're always asking you, "So when are you going to do it? When are you going to open your own business? What has been a year and you haven't done anything?" Like not everyone has to know your business, and especially strangers, people that you just see in the street. You could honestly, my advice to you would be lie. Lie to them because they don't know you and you don't know them, and people are just passing by through your life. And who knows if you'll see them again. When you constantly explain yourself, you feel frustrated. You don't know why, but you feel this frustration. Like, why do I need to do this? Why do I gotta tell everybody what I'm doing all the time? Sometimes it may not be enough. Sometimes it's too much. Sometimes you can't please the world, or you can't even please the people that you will know or run into. There is only a select few, and by a few, I mean like 3 or 4 people, or 5 maybe, if you're lucky. People honestly think that life is a competition. You gotta compete. You gotta get to the top. You gotta know what you gotta do. You have to make enough income to make a living. It's exhausting because you're always in this race, running up, trying to get up there to the finish line. You're never going to get there. You're always gonna want more. And people are gonna keep asking. You're gonna have to keep explaining. It's never ending. There's never one thing that you want to do or going to do or are currently doing. It's always going to be changing unless you stay stagnant and you like what you're doing, then it's fine. But until you feel that satisfaction of being able to say, I finally did it, then you can tell everyone that you did it already. Don't tell them when you are mid idea, don't tell them when you're mid project. You're just in the middle. You don't want to tell everybody what you've done, what you're accomplishing. The reason I chose my majors was I liked them, but then again, I think back at it and I think I chose them because I wanted people's approval of my major and I wanted to be sure that they were okay with what I was doing, that people would be like, oh my gosh, she's going to be successful. Oh, one day she'll be a therapist. It's easy to stick to what other people think it's right, even though sometimes it eventually gets boring. I was doing this major and I liked it at first. It was interesting, but it was so much research, it was so much reading. The lectures were so long. I was getting tired, falling asleep in class. Eventually, I was like, I don't want to do this major. I quit. I want to do something else. But did I tell everybody? Did I tell people that I don't want to do psychology anymore? I did not tell anybody at first. It was scary leaving that major, leaving that thing that people wanted me to do, leaving that thing that I explained the whole situation to people as to why I wanted to do it until like a year later when I was like, finally, I can just be like, you know what, I left my major. And then people are like, why? Why'd you leave it? And be like, oh, I got bored. I didn't like it. I felt like it wasn't fulfilling me. And some people are like, wow, are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure you want to leave that major? It was a good major. You would have gotten paid well. But it took a long time, and you can never get your explanation across to anybody. Everyone's always going to ask why this, why that, why are you doing this, why are you doing that, when you can be putting your energy into other stuff that is going to fulfill you even more. They won't understand what makes you want to wake up in the morning and do it, even though you're not even earning income out of it. Some people won't get it. Some people don't even know how it feels to feel fulfilled in a job or doing a hobby they love. It's just impossible to picture for them. It's just you have to work a day-to-day job, or you have to do what people think is good enough to survive, make an income, and then retire. And I understand it's the easy way to go through it, but some people just don't want to do that. Some people don't want to be a part of it. We all have our own path. We all have our own decisions to make as to how we're going to make a living, as to how we're going to be fulfilled, as to how we are going to bring joy into our lives, or how we're going to help others through our own creativity, through our own business, through our own form of expression. If you keep on relying on people's opinions, you're always going to hit a dead end. You're always going to hit a standstill or doubt or fear or anger or frustration because you want acceptance from people that don't get your point of view and how you view your life, how you view your situation. You're always going to run into people here in the States. I don't know about other cultures. People want to know this part of how much you earn, your status, self need to share in your own time. I feel like Western society has taught us, always ask people, hey, what do you do? Because we as people want to know the social status of everybody, where we land on that social status and where our income lies. Not even just for jobs, but also in relationships. When people ask you, hey, why are you with him? Or why are you with her? And you're like, oh, I don't know, because, I love them. And they're like, you do? They don't seem like they're loving enough. They don't cook for you, they don't clean for you. They seem like they're selfish. They seem like they're not paying attention to you at all. Now you're making this explanation of why you're with this person when you can just say, it's all right. I know that they are caring and loving, and I'm glad that you're concerned about me, but I'm okay. They're okay. Let's move on to a better conversation. I don't want people to feel like they're better than me when I explain what I'm going to say. But I finally decided, you know what? Who cares? What I do care is my own beliefs, my own values, and what I really like to do. And if nobody likes what I want to do, nobody cares about what I want to do, and nobody accepts what I want to do, then I have to let those type of people go or not even tell them what I'm going to do. Because letting go of people that are holding you back or keeping you down, never letting you blossom into the person or your own potential, then those aren't people that should be in your life or helping you at all. Maybe they should be in your life, but keep kept to a distance. Or maybe if you really want to keep those people there, just don't tell them your ideas, your plans, your goals. Just have a casual conversation because it's going to put a strain in your relationship. And if you want to keep that relationship, just talk about things that you have in common. When we explain ourselves to some people, sometimes it's us. We don't follow through with our goals, we don't follow through with our dreams, and we feel like we failed, that we didn't complete what we said that we were going to do. Because sometimes what you thought you wanted or the goal that you wanted at that moment wasn't the goal that you really wanted, wasn't the job you wanted. And then you could just quit. You can quit and no one will know. And you could start all over again. And you know what you avoided? You avoided explaining yourself to everybody. And sometimes you can't even come up with an explanation as to why you do something. You just feel this pull towards whatever you're doing. It just makes you feel eager, enthusiastic, excited, joyful, elated. It's like, for example, if someone were to ask me, hey, why do you make YouTube videos? I don't know, I just like it. I just like making videos. And they could be like, well, why? I don't see no progress. And I could be like, well, I have no explanation as to why I do it. I just do. And that is true. That is something that it just happens. There's just ideas coming to me that need to be expressed, ideas that need to be said. And once I get those ideas, they have to be put into words, put into paper. I don't know. There's this pull that tells me you got to do this, you gotta speak out, you gotta tell everyone this idea that is burning within you, and take it out and put it out there and see who watches it. And that is the reason that I do videos. You, the people that are watching, are the only ones that know. So what about you? Do you like explaining yourself all the time as to what is your next move? Or wouldn't it be better if you don't tell anybody and go through it silently and be able to jump from one task, from one job, from one goal to another without anybody knowing? You feeling free and enthusiastic to just do what you want to do, you knowing that you're going to complete the goal, the job, the idea faster than you would have if you told everyone. There's no stops, there's no layovers, there's no obstacles, there's no people getting in your way of your success. It's just you. And the only reason that you would fail or not succeed or stop doing what you're doing is because you didn't want to do it. That was you sabotaging yourself. And if you realize that, you could still keep going forward. You could still keep moving forward. You can't blame the people that you thought were stopping you in the moment that you failed or didn't do something right. And that's the moment when you'll realize that you are responsible for your success. No one else is, and no one will be. But the safe route is to tell everyone. tell everyone so you could blame everyone. That's the best thing that people can do, right? Because once you fail, you have so many people to blame. It was his fault I didn't finish this. It was his fault I didn't get the job. It was his fault my relationship didn't work out. It's always someone's fault. So go forth, tell no one, and be free to explore all the endless amounts of goals, jobs, dreams with no obstacles in the way. Get them done, and then finally share your successes with others. And that is my video/message for the day.